Good morning, Dr. S. Today is Wednesday, February 15th.
So here's the deal. Voldemort is Plato's perfect tyrant.
Parricide. He kills his dad. Forbidden food. I mean, if there's gotta be forbidden food, it's unicorn blood.
He becomes increasingly evil over time and starts off with petty crimes like thief as a child. He's a skilled flatterer. He's involved only in master-servant relationships. He's subservient when it serves him, and he ultimately ends up imprisoned by his own irrational fears and desires.
Given the almost perfect alignment of Voldemort to a tyrant and the series' clear attention to the classics, we can safely assume that Rowling intended Voldemort to follow this template.
And even if she didn't, doesn't that just speak to the universal truth inherent in Plato's teachings? If Rowling had indeed come up with all these tyrannical traits which hold very tightly to the original on her own, then this only adds to a body of evidence in favor of the Republic's ideas.
But he's missing one thing.
A natural desire.
Sex.
I've been really trying, baby.
According to Plato, this is what drives the tyrant from start to finish. But what drives Voldemort? Did Rowling intend for this lack of sexuality? It's a children's book after all. Or is she trying to say something deeper about Plato's idea of a tyrant?
Doubtful. It's hard to argue with Plato.
Maybe it's hidden somewhere.
So the fundamental question still remains, what drives Voldemort if a natural desire does not? He appears to lack interest in anything besides himself. For example, Snape, Peter Pettigrew, the Malfoys, even Bellatrix Lestrange all sacrifice for him, but he doesn't appear grateful or caring at all. He loves himself. I mean, who makes Horcruxes? More on that later. He appears to have an unnatural interest in Harry Potter and the sexualized Nagini. A snake. Weird. But also has an interesting dynamic going on with Bellatrix.
So about that snake thing, there's some seriously suggestive aspects of Voldy's Horcruxes that are easy to see if you look carefully. Put your mind in the gutter. Snakes symbolize temptation, sin, and sexuality. Think Adam and Eve. And Voldemort clearly has some unhealthy dominance issues. Being inside Harry? Anyone? No? Moving on. But what separates these two beings from anything else that's alive? Does he feel an attraction to them because they contain a part of himself? Is this a kind of self-directed love, what Plato would call immature desire?
And back to Bellatrix. Their relationship is not so prominent in the movies, but played up in the films and the fandom. The books do mention that she has a husband. But again, we need to remember that this is a children's series. In reality, her husband could be offering up to Voldy for his own protection. Does the fandom then become part of the story, or should we pay attention only to the written word?
Voldemort appears to select Horcruxes because they are valuable to others. They have Hogwarts connections or belong to his family. So maybe it's not even sexual attraction at all. Things become valuable to Voldemort only when others are interested in them. It's like how hipsters work. It's not that he thinks they're valuable, but that other people do. He doesn't care about the other Horcruxes, Harry Potter, or even Nagini until his reputation is on the line or other people show an interest.
Okay, so Voldy may not even be able to experience sexual attraction. Maybe he's completely detached because there is nothing attached. If we can't even know that he can experience sexuality, which according to Plato is the first step on the ladder of love and beauty, then it is clear that Voldemort is not a fully realized individual. Perhaps his tyranny begins at a root deeper than Plato ever examined. Maybe our little Tom Riddle is somehow more evil than Plato's tyrant. Dr. S, don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you on Thursday.